And welcome to another episode of Mama Drew How To. Today we're going to learn how to unclog a drain the easy and inexpensive way. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. All right, let's get started. Now to start off with, the fact that you're already watching this video probably means you already know that you need to unclog your drain. But just in case, how do you know if you need to unclog your drain? Well, if you're standing in the shower and the water is collecting around your ankles and not going down the drain, you probably need to clean out your drain. It's very easy, no matter how careful you are, or if you have a drain catcher in to catch hair, you will wind up with hair in your drain and it sticks together with the shampoo and conditioner, and it's really gross and it slows down your water flow. Now, could you call a plumber to come in and take care of it? Yes, you could. Will you? Probably not. I know when I was living in my own apartment, my option was calling a plumber or trying to do it myself with a $10 bottle of drain cleaner from the store. And I must confess I went with a $10 bottle of drain cleaner. But we don't even have to do that, because before you go to those lengths, remove what's clogging stuff in the drain. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, a couple tools you need. First off, I highly recommend a paper towel, because when you pull this stuff out of your drain, you don't want to just fling it into your trash can, because if you do that and your trash can is empty and the gunk you pull out is wet and it dries to the bottom of your trash can, it's going to be really gross to pull out come trash day. So use your paper towel. You also are going to need a screwdriver. Now, there are a couple different types. You have your standard screwdriver, or sometimes it's called a flathead screwdriver. It looks like this. If you have a screw that uses this kind of screwdriver, it's going to have just a straight line in the center of the circle. You also have what's called a Phillips screwdriver, and it's got kind of a four-way little design pattern pointy end to it. And if you have a screw that uses a Phillips, it's going to be like a little X in the center of your screw circle. And that's the kind that we have in the drain today. So could you use a standard in a Phillips screw head? Well, yes, you could, but it's always best to use the appropriate tool. And really, these are two things you should always have on hand: a standard screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. Because if you're using the right tool and the right size screwdriver, you are much less likely to strip the threads of your screws. And stripping the threads of your screws will result in the screw not coming out, which is not good and which you don't want. So get yourself the appropriate screwdriver for your particular drain. I also recommend, now some people would take coat hangers and make a little hook on the end to use to fish the gunk out of the drain. I know that works really well for some people. That's never really worked too well for me. So what I did is I went to Walmart and I got a miniature, one of those silicone whisks. But there were wires inside the ends of the whisk, so I cut the wires with some wire cutters. That's something else you should always have. In fact, we'll do an episode on basic tools that are good to have when you're starting out on your own. And then I just took the different ends that were snipped and I kind of twisted them so they're like these weird, crazed fingers that are going to go down into the drain, and I'm going to twist it around and pull up the gunk. And I do have this wire attached to the end of it just so if I was dealing with a longer drain, I could have it go down a little bit. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to lose hold of this handle and have this get stuck in the drain. Because then I really will need professional help at that point. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this drain. So, there it is, there it is. So I'm going to take my screwdriver here and put it in the center there. And the thing to remember is rightsy-tightsy, lefty-loosey. The other thing to remember is don't lose your screws down the drain. One option that just occurs to me that you could do is you could take tape and tape over the holes before you take the screw out, so you don't have that risk of losing it. or you could just take your chance. All right, I'm gonna pull this. Oh, this is good. This is good. Oh yeah, okay. So, and I'll tell you, even though it's shampoo and soap, it doesn't smell good. It stinks to high heaven. So, I'm not even going to start off with my little handy dandy tool. Actually, I think I will, because this is awfully slippery and slimy. So I'm just going to go in here and we'll start pulling up. Now I'm trying to do this left-handed and I'm right-handed. There we go. It's kind of like a rat, I guess, or a mouse, depending on how long it's been in your drain. Okay, so this, and you know what? It doesn't matter if you have short hair. Now, I used to have long hair, as you can tell, but it wasn't terribly long. I mean, I used to be a whole lot longer, and this still happens. So, there we go. And girls, let me tell you, or not just girls, forget that. We're going to say anyone who has long hair. If you're the person in your home with the long hair, be nice to your short hair partner. Do this job. Don't make them do it. It's just not a nice job for them to do. So you just do that until you feel you've got most of it. I think I probably have. And yeah, you can do this with a sink drain as well. The one thing to be aware of is sometimes these little prongs can get stuck down here, and then you start to panic and you think, oh my word, this is never going to get out. It does get out. So, you can take this, line it up your screw holes where the screws were, and screw them back in, and you're good. And that is how you can effectively unclog a drain if said drain is clogged with hair and soap and shampoo. Sometimes it's clogged with other weird stuff that you have no idea what it is. When in doubt, call in a professional. Have the plumber bring in his little snake tool and he'll clean it out for you. But that is the cheap and easy way to clean out and unclog your drain. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and be safe.